Let's go to line 6. I'm not sure I'm saying that name right. Latara, is that?
Oh, we might have, I don't know. Sister Latar, is it you?
Yes, it is. Greetings. Can you hear me?
Peace
Yes.
and blessings. Greetings. We understand from our resident Maroon in one of the Maroons in the city, Dr. Sunyata Amen, that you might be able to extend out, Lamont, what you saw last night. Is this the ambassador from the Maroon community here?
One of many. It's one of many of us. But yes,
Oh, so
yes,
you were at the
indeed.
Buju Bonton concert last
She
night
was on
to close out
stage.
the show.
I think she was on stage.
Yes, I
Okay,
did the libations.
yes, okay,
Oh,
that's you.
Yes.
Yes,
talk to
okay.
this Sister Lamont. Oh,
Yeah.
thanks for calling in,
Now, I
sis.
appreciate you calling in because I had to frame that and paint that picture because I really think, no disrespect to that audience, but it was like they weren't ready. Like in the room, it was so powerful and so, filled with utter blackness that moment. And I wasn't expecting the show to end that way. So just if you could kind of walk us through how that even came about and whether or not, what mission Buju is on at this stage in his career.
Great questions, and I could only talk from my perspective. But to give a little backdrop history, the performance was done by the Akompongton Maroons. We're indigenous to the island of Jamaica. I think when people think of Jamaica and the word indigenous is very far-fetched, but we could trace our ancestry beyond quote-unquote colonization over 300 years, 400, 500 years. And so a lot of us, we come from the mountain areas, which is governed by our chief. And our chief is Chief Richard Curry. And so we still have a chief. We have a Maroon Council where we're self-governed. And so in that energy, we have two different sets of Maroons on the island of Jamaica. We have the Leeward Maroons, which is where we're from, and our leader was Captain Cudjoe. And then we also have the Windward Maroons, which is our brothers and sisters, which is where Queen Nani is from. Queen Nani and Cudjoe are family, so we're all one. So given a little backdrop, Ambassador Mark Bujubansan Mari, ambassador for the Kong Kong Maroons, understands our plight. He is definitely one of us, as we say, Kinda, one family. And he's using his platform to share with the world a lot about his indigenous culture and what we are experiencing in current day. And so I don't know if you tuned in. I think it was last week where he was on Drink Champs with Noriega.
I haven't seen the whole thing.
Oh,
But
wow.
yeah.
Right. So it pretty much went viral, and he took up a good portion to discuss the Maroons, who we are, where we come from, our challenges. And so it was perfectly fitting and serendipitous that at his tour in D.C., he allowed us the opportunity to come on and perform. And as you know, with drumming and libations, it's not just a performance, right? It's a healing experience to connect with the ancestors.
It was that.
And right, and my prayer over Buju while I was doing the libations was just to ensure that, as an artist, you're up against a lot. And we just wanted to seal him, protect him, and let him know that, the Almighty and the ancestors are with him.
So you're not touring with him per se. You made the appearance at the DC show, and that's it.
Correct.
Oh wow,
Correct.
that's even bigger. That I saw that.
Wow.
Yeah. So he presented a check. So some of the challenges he talked about was no roads. You don't have a school in that particular community. Land is being stolen. What people listening, what could they do, or what effects towards development of the community are being made, and what could people do to help?
Great questions. So to clarify, he did say no schools, and then he said there's schools, but it could be better.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah,
So
he
to
did say that.
clarify, there's definitely schools there. The roads could be fixed. As he mentioned, there's no running water. So there's collection of rainwater to do pretty much everything, and we're a very agricultural based community. And so what can be done from the diaspora and the greater community as well is following our Paramount Chief Richard Curry. Follow his Instagram. It's at Chief Richard Curry. You can follow his website. Yes, at Chief Richard Curry.
How you spell Curry?
You could also Currie.
Oh, that way. Okay.
I.e.
Great question. That was a great question. 'Cause, yeah. Yeah. And so you can follow him on Instagram, TikTok, and the website is stateofakongpong.org. And in those spaces, there's lots of conversations, there's lots of clarity, there's light being shed on what's going on. As Buju mentioned on the stage, the mountains that we've been stewards for over 500 plus years, they're trying to slowly mine certain areas looking for bauxite. And bauxite is what makes aluminum foil and other byproducts. And so you already know when you mess with the water table, it could damage the water, pollute the water, pollute the ecosystem. And where we are right now, we have endemic species of different flora and fauna that's unique to only Cockpit country, not the greater Jamaica. And so we also hold 40% of the water irrigation throughout Jamaica. And so once you mess with the water table, you're messing with right, exactly.
Everything.
So like those beautiful places people go to in Jamaica, like Black River or Wyeth Falls, like that water comes from Cockpit country.
Dunn's River.
So, not Dunn's River,
Dunn's
but
River?
no, that's in Ocho Rios. But
okay.
there's another beautiful falls called Wyeth Falls, and again, it affects the water tables. It affects communities, and so he was bringing awareness that they're digging the dirt, and our dirt is very special. That's what he said when he did his speech. Not only that, but if you're quick to dig these things, have consultation with the indigenous people on how we could do this holistically, or if it's even something we can do after consultation with the higher powers, right? And if you're going to do that, what about helping us with our roads? Helping us as a community. We're in deep poverty. We're, as I mentioned, agricultural based. How about supporting us? So, again, following Chief Richard Curry, he sheds a lot of light on what's going on. He's our youngest chief, very energetic, highly intelligent, and has the power and the energy of our beloved Chief Cudjoe, who I mentioned was one of our first Maroon leaders, our strongest, fiercest Maroon leader.
No question. Is Chief Curry in the region now? Is he in the States, in the U.S.?
He's not currently in the States due to flight issues trying to come in.
No problem. But Dr. Ahmed, Sister Sunyata said something about perhaps some of the folks who convene that circle convening again today in D.C. Is that right?
That is correct. There's two opportunities. So we're about to head out at 10 o'clock. We're heading to Bruce Monroe Community Park at 10. That's at 3000 Georgia Avenue Northwest.
Okay.
So come on out. And then we're also heading to Howard University, the Howard Yard, for a drum circle at 2 o'clock today. And at both locations, join in the drumming circle, join in on the festivities, the libations. We could explain more about it. We wear indigenous crafts. We wear indigenous necklaces. Those will be there for purchase. Some of our beads are so important, especially to us, that when our ancestors were fighting the British, and as they won the battles with the British, to force the British to retreat and sign treaties so that we could be sovereign, we had to hide our children, right? We had to hide some of our women, and we used some of those beads as markers so that we could remember where we hid our children. And so we use them for protection in current day as well.
Okay.
Now you're on with a national audience. Are y'all streaming? Will y'all be like live streaming?
I think we can, why not?
Yeah, seriously, because
Why not?
it isn't just folks here. This is everybody. Listening.
People that
all
like,
over.
I want to see that.
No
you
question.
know what I'm saying?
No question.
Hey, Latara, we appreciate you stopping
thank
by.
you.
Man, this is amazing, and I'm glad Dr. Sunyata Amin was able to connect the dots for us.
No question.
In real time. So that's a beautiful.
We give thanks.
Yeah, beautiful. Ashe.
Yes,
All right, thank
indeed.
you for
Thank
that.
you,
And
sis.
I might, hopefully if I get out there today, You know what I mean? We can meet up, take a picture. You know what
I
I'm
know
saying?
that's right. I know that's
Appreciate
right.
you.
Oh, thank you.
All right,
Thank
we're
you,
going to take a
Sister
quick
Tara.
break and close out the show with the rest of Urban View Mornings right here on Urban View, channel 126.
More from Urban View Mornings after this on Sirius XM Urban View.